that was not a little ankle injury. I don't know the full extent of the damage, but just from the way that you were getting off the stage, I was like, oh, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, but it hasn't phased you. You're ready to go.
It just I'm cyborg now.
Yeah.
Like I have metal in me.
Yeah. It's like Anderson.
Extra steel, bro. Extra steel to my steel. You know what I mean?
I dig it. Just like Anderson Silva, man, with that
yeah.
wave.
And he's someone I looked up to in that sense. Like, man, like Ferguson, another guy, man. Do you see his knee? And then, like nothing. That dude is just like, you know.
Yeah.
Old school tough
he
guy.
really possesses that champion mindset. It almost, you don't know which way it's going to go when you're there because it takes a little craziness to be a champ. You know what I mean? And defend it and to fight at that level. And he is that dude. Like, you just don't know. He pulls the trigger, man, you're done. You know, he has that capability on the ground, standing, whatever it may be. So,
100%.
you know, I love that about him, that you don't know exactly where you are. He puts a switch on it in a fight, man, he just finishes people. And I like that. But I see that same growth and that same learning in you. And it just makes me excited for the future. You know?
Oh, thank you, man.
Really, really, absolutely. So that's what it's all about. I mean, guys like Daniel, yourself, I mean, turning that corner and taking the professional fighter to the next level and looking back and that, you know, you second guess who you were, but you know who you are now. I don't know how that happened, but I'm who I am right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, it's funny you say that. Yeah, it's and it's cool because, like, how old are you?
I'm 48 years old, bro.
You're 48. So you know what's up, man. You know, I respect my elders. I was raised really, really good. And I have so much respect for
Thank you.
for you know you guys and you guys getting as far as you've gotten.
The
you know?
AARP crowd.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Old man jitsu is what I call it.
old man strength too.
Yeah,
Jeez, some of these old guys, they grab like
your uncle, man.
Man, like
Kenny Johnson, dude.
yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Kenny
He's
Johnson.
an eternal being.
Yeah.
He is.
He's just powered on Coke and Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola.
and McDonald's.
You gotta say cola.
Yeah. Powered on it.
There was a different Coke when the UFC started, but now it's Coca-Cola.
That's funny. Old Kenny, man. He's just old school tough guys, man. Just
he is.
Hard,
you know, not to go off subject to you, but I saw online he's out there killing boars and roasting things. Yes, sir.
Dude, you say there's a lot of static.
Okay.
Try to check the.
It's because you got that covered. Let's see now.
Like, try to adjust those.
We're checking some stuff for production. What do you think, Robert? I hope there's no static. I want this interview. This is one I've been waiting for.
I mean, there's.
Still? Let me wiggle my wire.
Oh.
Good to be.
Not too bad.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we're good because I don't want to do this again until he wins the fight. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
It's coming up soon.
Yes. 100%.
Tell me about COVID. March of this year, the whole world shuts down. Tommy Aaron's a fighter. What keeps you hungry and what keeps you busy?
Staying busy is important for me, for sure. You know, I'm very family oriented. Like I don't really go out. I don't drink. I don't do any of that stuff. But yeah, with COVID, the only thing really is like, okay, you know, nobody wants to like roll or like be, you know,
Close contact.
So just finding, you know, training partners. But luckily I was able to train with everybody kind of privately, you know, so which was really cool. And thank you, you know, all those guys, you know who you are, who opened yourself up. You know, Danny's one of them.
Danny, no fear in the house.
No, yeah. You know, Tony's one of them. Anderson's one of them. My coach Willie is one of them. He's another guy, man, who just I see him as a mentor. You know, him, Anderson, Tony. Like I definitely try to learn as much as I can from them. I'm always asking them questions, kind of picking their brains. You know, and it's helping me grow so much, man.
That's a star-studded lineup. I mean, there's no better people. You got a question, Robert?
I got some interesting stuff that he hasn't talked about yet. You should ask him how he got here, from Spain to here.
That was coming. That was coming.
That shit's
That was all part of the interview.
That's
My bad.
crazy.
No,
bro.
I don't miss that. His origins are.
Oh my goodness.
So since
Here we
Robert
go.
brought it up, we're gonna go into it early because sometimes it just has its own organic way of telling your
Yeah.
story because we're here together for the first time. I've chatted with you before, but I've never fully interviewed you. Other than I think I talked with you about a fight, but your story about being the Spaniard. Obviously, you come from Spain.
Yeah, well, I'm not fully Spanish. That's what people like. They don't understand why people started calling me the Spaniard. I was born in Tampa, Florida, but by the time I was a little boy, I was like 7 or 8. We were going back and forth to Spain because my stepdad landed a really good paying job out there. So when I was like 8, I think 8 or 9 or somewhere, I was super young. We went to Spain. We were living in Barcelona, and they just put me into all Spanish-speaking schools, just like boom,
That's pretty cool.
figure it out, you know. So, and then
We got Henry Corrales in the house. What's up, Henry?
what's up?
Give us a hug. We gotta hug you and say congratulations.
Yeah, man.
My brother. Sorry. Not chicken.
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Tommy Aaron.
Yeah. We've seen each other a couple times.
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
a savage animal right there.
Yeah.
See my pulse?
Good.
Love that guy.
Good fighter right there.
Yes. So getting back to your story, we have little interruptions. I apologize. We
Oh.
are operating in a fight training facility.
Yeah.
So we get
The
good
spot's
people.
so cool, man. I love it.
Thank
It's
you.
great.
Thank you. It's what we call home.
Yeah.
But going back and forth from Tampa, Barcelona, which is one of my favorite cities in the world. Catalonia is my favorite part of Spain.
Yeah.
You know.
That's really cool, man.
I dig that place. I mean, if I felt at home anywhere in the world, Barcelona's the other one.
Barcelona is really cool. But I was in Barcelona for a few years, and then we decided to go to Palma de Mallorca. So, and I lived there. I went to Spanish schools, and international schools. So I was always around like a lot of different. I was around Germans, Russians, people from everywhere, man. Like Poland, Sweden. So. Just being there was gave me a lot of life experience, I feel like. And then when I was 15, a lot of crazy stuff happened, within my personal life and my family. So I asked my mom, because we knew some people that lived out here. I was like, hey, could you just let me get out of here? There's nothing for me here. I'm not doing good. I'm getting in trouble. And just let me go here because I wanna fight, and I want that's the spot to go. It's like LA is like the mecca of fighting. So
I agree 100%.
right, yeah, I'm like it's
lucky to be here doing what we're doing.
100%, man. So I came and I was here. I came by myself pretty much, and just I had to figure it out. We were in a hotel, the Hacienda. And it was me, my future guardian, my sister, and her daughters, and we were all just cramped in this little hotel room. And we lived there for like 6 months. And I told the manager of the hotel like my story, and that like, hey man, I'm coming here, I'm looking for a job, like I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not going to school no more. I had to leave my family, like I'm here, I'm trying to pursue my dreams. And he was like, what, like he had a lot of respect for that, so he gave me a room. Like he brought it down like 70% the price. It was like $70 a night. He was like, for you guys it's $19, $19.99 or whatever.
Can't
So
even find a room in Motel 6 for that.
right.
Hacienda.
Yeah. So the guy was amazing guy. I forget his name, but shout out to you if you ever hear this.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, man. And then I got a job, and I was working in Redondo Beach, and then I started fighting on the amateur circuit, and I was killing it here as an amateur, and then went pro. Had some really good fights. I had a crazy pro debut. Had a war, and then my second fight, I get to fight in front of Dana White, and I catch a short overhand right, and one shot, one kill, and in front of Dana, and
that's a dream.
Yeah, so
just
I
to
was
make sure that works out, and you do it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I got sat down with a jab the first like 30 seconds, and I was like, oh fuck, it's not fucking round. And so I took the guy down, and then I was like, okay, and then I could kind of feel him, and then he came in, and I was like, okay, bang, and I found my I was like kind of waiting, and I found it, and I was like, yes, like, because sometimes you miss those shots, but it was perfect, you know.
Maybe getting sat down put you in sync with everything.
Oh, for sure.
If that didn't happen, you might have been a little looser.
Yeah, it definitely.
You tightened it up, and you were ready to go.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. And then, the rest of my fights, I had some good fights. I had some losses, you know, some tough losses, but nothing's deterred me at all. Like, my life has been, like, I've come too far to even think about, you know, stopping.
Don't ever, man. Not till you're done.
Man,
you know
till it all falls apart, man.
Yeah.
I'm going. Yep.
I like that. That's a cool story. Being in Tampa as a young man, going back and forth, were you picking up any fighting skills at all? Was there anything?
I definitely was, because I lived next door to a bunch of tough white boys.
Yeah.
And they were super, like, they're very south, like, and just very.
I get it. On that side of Florida,
yeah,
you're getting so close to, you know, the Panhandle area. Yeah, that's really southern.
So they were just really, you know, just rough kids, like super, like played tackle football in the street, kind of rough kids.
Sure.
You know, so I was hanging out with those guys, and you know, they were testing me all the time, and you know, shout out to them. They listen to this too. All those boys next door.
They got you used to impact.
Yeah, man, and they were, and we would put on these Hulk hands in my backyard, and we would just throw like as hard as we could, and we had some. Yeah, I won some, lost some, because they were tough kids at that time, especially.
That's the way to do it, though, because you don't get tough on your own. Even though this sport is often regarded as, you know, you're going in alone, you're going in with your team. You didn't get there on your own.
Yes.
Not especially at the level you and Daniel are fighting at now.
Yes.
As you get even higher and higher.
100%.
You know, it's not just a team of training partners; it's a team of coaches. You know, it's not just one coach; it's multiple dudes that are kind of getting you to grind in different aspects and learn exactly what your potential is, and that's the key, I think.
Yeah.
Your toughness has already been displayed, but where's the potential? Where's that peak of Tommy Aaron that we haven't seen yet?
You guys haven't seen anything. Like, I mean, there was a couple glimpses like little glimpses, but in terms of like the full, like, nah, man, you guys haven't seen anything yet. So I'm looking forward to showing you guys soon, man.
Excited.
I have a couple things I'm thinking about right now. I'm kind of like, you know, I'm like this.
You don't have to say too much. We never want to give out too much, because the fight strategy and the things that you're doing now to incorporate the new incarnation of Tommy the Spaniard Aaron is something that we need to see in a cage.
Yes.
You know, and that absolutely will be displayed, I'm certain, in 2021 once things come back. So.
Oh, for sure.
Great that you've had some time to lay off the ankle for a bit, even though it doesn't sound like you laid off at all.
I laid off a little bit. I rested a little bit.
Don't stop. That's right.
Yeah.
I know it.
There's ways to work around things, man. Like, people who are like, man, like, oh, I hurt. I'm hurt here. I'm like, that's okay. You're hurt there. You 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 hurt
So
there.
true. It's so true.
You know?
I had a C4, C5, C6 injury, and, you know, doing jiu-jitsu, MMA-based jiu-jitsu. It did put me out for a minute.
Oh,
but
what
then
happened?
I found
What happened?
being choked for 12 years. I don't know.
Oh, geez, just like an accumulation.
Yeah.
Of everything.
You get old, bro. Yeah. Sometimes it isn't one thing. It's
yeah.
You know the
How long have you been training? You've been training for a while then.
Yeah. 12 years.
12 years? My man. This guy's a real one, bro.
I've had my own dojos. Not just here, but we've got 3 dojos. Yeah, you know, you've been there. What am I saying?
He owned part of it.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
He was a partner.
That's where we were. Anyways, let's not talk about me.
No.
I'm an old man, and we do things as we get older, and, you know, we can talk about our glory days another time. Well, I do my thing. You know,
that's cool.
I like to be underrated. I want to be that guy in the crowd no one knows, and he knows anything. Yeah, exactly.
No, another privacy, man. Another thing, like I respect that. I really do. I
try
like
not
that.
to bring it up. It's interesting because I meet a lot of people in the game, but talking about myself, not something I do often. I did my very first interview about me yesterday with Adam Woods, and you might recognize him. He's the other guy we do business with. You probably seen
Adam's. He's the man.
You know,
Yeah.
So he's
the
all
man.
at the Celtic Gladiator.
Yeah. He's
he
awesome.
was the very first guy I saw doing the fight interviews at the local events. I was doing them in here. He was over there. So then I started doing that, and then we brought him in. And
Oh, he's awesome. I've known him for years, man.
Yeah,
He's great.
I told him I was bringing you in. So he was excited for it.
Oh, cool.
Yes, we got a question.
Willie D. Laureano.
What's
That's
up,
my
Willie?
guy.
Oh, that's Coach. Strike Coach.
That's Coach right there.
We got Joey the Bull watching.
We're coming right after. We won't be late.
We won't be late.
We won't be late.
We gotta get Willie B in here because we gotta
Yeah.
hear your story. I hear he's a stick
Yeah.
fighter too, right?
Yeah.
So Kali Eskrima.
Yeah.
Anthony Aguilera.
What's up, Anthony?
Man, that dude is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like he's the accuracy, like the level of accuracy that
Wealth of knowledge, man.
that dude has. Like he's like I don't even know how he's like 58 or 50. Like he's like he's 60 Willie.
Yeah.
And man, he's still like we'll still like move around, man. He's still there's just like fakes and feints and
Quick,
catches
too.
me and he's really accurate, like the accuracy, especially with the sticks.
Sure.
Like he'll hit me in the same spot.
Yeah.
Like, and mind you, man, my hands are moving fast. Like
You're a
it's
pro
hard.
fighter. I mean,
It's
come
hard
on.
to, and he's just like he'll just like wait and it'll go right there and he'll just be like slowly too and like look at me and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get there. Don't worry.
That's a testimony
I'm
for-
gonna get there, Willie.
for timing and accuracy, and then
I'm coming.
Understanding that each of those sticks is an extension of the arm.
Yeah.
So when we're
it's
talking
incredible
about
art.
distance and range finding,
It's an
that's a whole different
incredible
thing.
art, man. It's an incredible art.
yeah.
I love it. I'm not gonna say too much, but I love it.
No, I'm glad you
I
do
love it.
because again, I talked about this with Daniel Arpahone.
Mhm.
It is mixed martial arts, and the more lethal you become in mixing it up, because there are traditional martial arts such as Kali Eskrima
Mhm.
that have applications in movement, even if they're not what we see in the UFC or Bellator.
Mhm.
The movement and the extension of the arm and finding range, even though there's a 3-foot stick in your hand,
Yep.
range finding, I mean, if you can't find your range, you're not going to go off, you know?
Yep, and that's you have a good mind for you. Like I was telling Danny, I'm like, man, he knows. Like you have a good eye too. I respect your eye of the game. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I wonder if doing this cross training that I'm hearing about in Kali Eskrima, if it opens up your mind to takedowns, because one thing I like, of course, there's a wrestler that can do a blast double. Bam, takes you down, puts you on your ass. You can't stop it. Truck coming at you.
Mhm.
But there are those other guys where they see the punch getting thrown, and you're coming towards them, and then you pick them up and dump them.
Mhm.
I like that too.
Mhm.
So I wonder if getting used to that distance, that 3-foot distance between you, that's a little bit more than normal, can open up that kind of game. Man. That's something I'm gonna watch for because I like that. You know what I mean? The counter shot, I guess you would call it.
Mm.
Not the offensive shot, but the defensive shot. Where you almost have to drop to one knee and then dump them real quick.
Mhm.
That's something I wonder if that opens up that kind of thing. I love that you guys are cross training. I'm not going to go on too much on that, but that's the traditional stuff. I see it coming back. I see more karate guys, more taekwondo guys. Joe Rogan throwing those badass kicks and breaking.
Yeah.
Knives in half.
Lyoto, respect to Lyoto.
Yes,
That's
yes.
one of our
Right.
guys, man.
Lyoto and all of his brothers and his dad.
Yeah, incredible. Just their martial arts.
Yeah.
Because their martial arts is, for it's their style of what they do, works for them very well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it would be considered unorthodox because they're the stance alone.
Mhm.
The way they're in and out, that karate style, karate tournament style that they're bringing. It's a difficult thing for people to train for.
Yeah.
You
Man,
know?
Lyoto, I just always remember like one of the highlights of training with Lyoto. He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
But man, I was dropping in to shoot a double on him, and he timed the flying knee and hit me right in the chest cavity. Boy, yeah. No, I toughed it out and finished the round, but afterwards I was like, all right, I'll be right back. And I went to the bathroom and I was like, just trying to breathe. It was funny. Shout out to Lyoto.
I can't even imagine, especially from him with that kind of pinpoint accuracy.
Oh, man.
A knee to the solar plexus.
It was crazy. It
Everything
was.
busted.
I felt my chest cavity go. like
but the ego
like a
booster
car.
to have that done by superstar in the game. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, he's one of the guys.
Oh yeah.
The guys that we all look up to. The Saturday night comes and Lyoto's fighting. That's the guy I want
Yeah,
to see. That's
man.
the fight I wait for.
I learn from everybody. And he's definitely someone like I've watched and I've worked with, and I can, you know, has helped me learn, and he's been like a part of the journey for me, you know.
Yeah.
So respect.
You know, getting back to Henry Corrales coming in, he started jiu-jitsu here. He was already boxing, so that's what brings him here to my instructor, of course. I can remember when he didn't know. I had already been training jiu-jitsu for years, and he still, within a matter of weeks to months, could put things on, and the strength. Just the professional fighter is a whole different level of animal, and that cross training into different martial arts, it comes quick. I think it's because the understanding of body mechanics.
Yeah.
And then also,
Another tough guy, man.
right,
Another tough guy.
right?
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean,
For sure.
Again, climbing that ladder in Bellator, just love to see that. So hats off to him and his win. So
Yeah.
much
Congrats,
respect,
man.
much respect, and much respect to Anderson in his retirement.
Yes.
You know, tough fight, but that's the way it goes. It's not called winning; it's called fighting for a reason. You don't win them all.
Yep.
If it was winning, everybody would do it.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. You got to be there. You got to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for a win, a loss, injury, crazy anything, man. You got to be ready.
45 years old and fighting someone at the peak of their game with Uriah Hall, right? And this is a guy that brings heart to the game, and then this is also a training partner of yours. Gosh, in approaching that, just me alone when I'm approaching my instructor, it's almost like training with your dad. You don't want to crack him too hard. You know what I mean? You have that little bit of blockage. You're learning, but at the same time, you're getting cracked, so you're like, wait a minute, when do I turn this on or turn it off?
Yeah.
Do you kind of feel that way with some of these guys?
That's a good question, man. Yes and no. Like there's like for one, you know, respect to Anderson. You are an absolute warrior and legend.
In my opinion, he's the GOAT.
Man, he's been an idol of mine, man. I was like, he was one of the reasons why I wanted to come from Spain over here, like, because this is where he was, and you know, working out of, and Black House and all those guys.
That's unbelievable that you put that much distance between you and a guy you see on TV, and yet you're training with him. That's almost unbelievable right there.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
I go with him, and my coach Willie does privates with him at you know Spider Lab or you know his place, and we go up there and but it's we do martial arts, you know. We practice a bunch of different things, and it's really special, man. It's cool. But I don't want to say too much.
No, I wouldn't ask that. Again, I respect your strategy and your growth, and I don't want people to have a full understanding until we see you put it in action. But one thing I will say is that I have a great deal of respect for the traditional martial arts, and it's something that it got put on the back burner for a lot of people. They're like, oh no, it's just boxing, just Muay Thai, just Jiu-Jitsu. No, there's a whole bunch of other things.
I think that's where I was kind of that guy for a minute. You know, I was just a tough kid, you know, who wanted to fight, really. Like, and I started to when I first came here, and I was like working, because Willie was actually my first coach when I came here. He actually is the one who got me the job that allowed me to like stay here and kind of support myself. So, and then we stopped working together, and then when we kind of stopped working together, I was kind of just, there wasn't really that structure. I was kind of just like flopping around all over the place. I was at Black House getting a lot of hard rounds, but you know, I wasn't getting that real deep understanding of, you know, not just the martial art, but the lineage and also the application. Like the application, it was kind of there, but I was kind of guessing. I felt like I knew it, but I was still kind of guessing. And man, once I started doing the correct training and doing the correct things, man, just wait.
And maybe that's a testimony to not belts, but for the ground, we would say ground or mat time.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a certain amount of time to have a fight acumen, to have fight knowledge, in order to put that into effect. Because you can't teach someone green to have instincts, but yet you've already been fighting, and then to discover those other levels and layers to the game, then it opens you up as a fighter. It's not something you could have just jumped into. Maybe that was just the path.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those guys who needed to deal with some failure, for sure. Like, in some losses, like, I really needed those losses, man. Thank you, God, for those losses.
That's an amazing thing to say, you know?
No, seriously, like, dead serious, thank you, God, for those losses, because it showed me, it just, like, it really opened up my mind, like, okay, like, you know that aha moment, like, when you realize that you know, you did something, and you're like,
Life
what
is full of
was
those
I doing?
moments. If you haven't had those moments, then you wouldn't understand what Tommy's saying. But it could be in a fight, it could be at work, it could be
anywhere, man.
in anything. But you just kind of get woke to the fact that, you know, the world does not revolve around you.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, that's for sure. It definitely doesn't. That's funny.
That's an amazing, humble place to come from for a pro fighter, and as a human being. So. Where you go from here, man, to bring the fight knowledge that you have, all of the knowledge from winning and losing, and then all of these different instructors and people that have enriched your life. Nothing but excited about the future, the near future, especially to see that step up the ladder. So excited about that. What do you think? We're going into the end of the year now. What would be ideal for you beginning next year?
There's a couple different things that I got going on. I'm thinking about possibly fighting soon. Like, you know, I have, I'm not going to say how soon, but like really soon.
Sure.
I'm just going to say really soon.
Absolutely.
And then for next year, you know, I'm moving, changing spot, which is going to be good for me, just like with, you know, the distance I have to travel to, you know, do what I do. So that's going to be good. And then I got, you know, I'm going to be active, man. I'm going to be really active next year, especially. I'm looking to get, if I can get like 8, 7, like 8,
Some big
7
numbers, dude.
5, 6,
I love
like yeah, like that kind of active, you know.
Yeah, that's real active.
Active.
Yeah.
Super active, staying safe, doing the right things in life and in training. I think that's really huge, you know. You know, staying protected. You guys already know. It's huge, and I hope you guys all do too. Like, because you already know, man. They get in your head and start. Be careful.
We live in a very uncertain
You know?
time period. We're in election day today. We don't know what's around the block coming tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
I talked to Daniel about this a little earlier, but now I see the shirt. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you were born in Spain, so I was gonna say probably not a gun owner. But you're rocking that shirt. It says "Come and take it."
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Right?
This is you know Mitch Aguilar.
Yes.
This is his company. He is great stuff.
I didn't realize he had that. That's cool. I'm happy.
Bro, he's got great, like, his hoodies, and you know, I'm not trying to like sell stuff or anything,
No,
but
talk about it.
but man, his product is incredible, and what he's doing. If you go check him out on Instagram, he's a super good guy. He actually gave me all this stuff, so thank you. He gave me a bunch of shirts, and my lady loves it. It's, you know, really comfy, and he's got like really cool designs and stuff like that.
That's
so
cool. It's always good to help out a homie, so check him out.
Yeah, that's the
He's
homie.
got good stuff. I'll look him up because I definitely need to get on that.
Yeah.
Getting back to your fighting, I told you we were excited. We all know that Tommy's going to bring it. We're going to have to wait and see what he tells us. Hopefully we can break news here about when that next fight is. I hope he gives us a call or sends us a text.
We'll see.
We're going to sell tickets.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I want to be in the stands. So
We shall see. I got you know, my coach is probably watching right now, so he's, you know, he's always like, because for me, like, especially back when I was younger, it was like the first fight opportunity, I was like I was just yes right away.
That's
like,
so cool.
I wouldn't even I don't care the name, just yep, where is it? like right now, like I was really quick to it. Now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, and I'm much more, I guess.
Calculated is
Yeah,
the word.
calculated, yep.
I really think that that's important.
More pro.
Well, yeah, you have to acknowledge the fact that now you're a professional fighter. There is a path to success. Obviously, you want to fight the right people. And you don't need to waste your time on the wrong people. You know, and somebody may want a piece of Tommy Aaron to put themselves on the map.
Yeah.
Right?
Come get it.
That's right. Come get it, man. I like
Come
it.
get it.
But,
But hey, man, respect. At the end of the day, this is what we do. We love this stuff. You know, we love this stuff, and we're all so similar. We all have so many similarities and traits as you know, as people, and I respect anybody who does what I do, man. Respect.
Thank you. You know, I feel the same way. Anybody that can last years and years and years, whether it be training, fighting, all of the above, tournaments, whatever your game is, whatever you want to put your body through, hats off to you, because there's a lot of people sitting on couches.
Yeah, and it's good for us, you know. Like for our mental health.
We're cavemen, dude. They can call us anything they want, but at the essence of what we are, we have to grind it out.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that,
have to
is right.
Have to, man. Just for your clarity. Yeah. Like imagine how life would be if like you couldn't do any training.
Let me tell you
couldn't do anything.
I'll answer this by just life experience alone. What this place means to me, John Dello, my instructor, Dello Jiu-Jitsu Training Center. It meant that I could get through things that physically and mentally life handed me that I probably would have done something stupid or been locked up. But because I'd come here, get punched, punch back, go home exhausted, sleep it off, I had clarity. Because you can't think about any of those things when someone's coming at you swinging. You know what I mean? So you're going to be able to let it out in your training facility. It's important to do that because there's too many options to do other things.
Everybody should train. Everybody should have their kids train.
Yes.
Train your dog. Everybody just train everything. That's my opinion.
At like people that are violent, but the people that are doing things and hurting other people are not the people that we train with. Because we're able to get it out. It's those people that are bottled up. I really believe that. Guys that can get it out of their system, we're done. Even when someone tells you to fuck off in the street, you're like, yeah, whatever.
I just disagree with them. Okay, I'll go fuck off.
Day because it could have ended very different. So go buy a lotto ticket, buddy.
Yeah,
you
right.
Because today's your lucky day. You have no idea.
Man, I'm compared like now when I was young, like a little younger, like 18, 19, 20. Man, like
a pit bull.
Yeah.
Bite their head off.
Yeah, man. I would like it just too much crazy. But now, man, I'm you know, if something like that happened, I just laugh.
Yeah.
Like I just say have a good day, sir. You know.
For me, it's a different world. We didn't have cameras and phones and everything else, so we could get away with stuff. Now it's $3,000 you pop somebody. So
that's actually
that hurts.
True, huh?
That hurts. It's like being on the Vegas Strip everywhere. Like that's the place you don't want to fight because everybody sees everything. You know, you're going to jail.
Yep.
But everywhere's like that now. So now you have to change your mindset unless you're in a dark alley and get away with it, you know. Put in the cage. Just being honest.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all from LA, man. The streets of LA, it is that way, you know?
Yeah,
and you, man, you old, man, you guys, bro, you like older guys from LA. You guys are tough, man.
I tell you what, Robert showed me a video of some guys in Barcelona that were working at like an auto body center, and they were boxing after work, and I went there.
Oh, yeah?
I went there while I was there. Yeah, those dudes are savage animal. I'm going to send you the video when I find it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were not professional fighters. They were not even trained boxers. They were just bastards that put on gloves and were adults and wanted to throw.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's just bastards.
Yes.
They're just bastards.
God bless them.
No,
I like
man,
that.
you gotta respect that.
I like heart.
Yeah.
I like heart and toughness.
Because, man, there's some people out there that nobody knows that, you know, maybe just, you know, they know one or two things, but then, you know, they do them really well, and they have good instincts, and it's, you know, you catch them at it's so crazy how so many different variables. It's, you know.
I agree. It's so hard to call fights. Oftentimes because of what we do, we bring people in, we interview, we talk about UFC, Bellator, 1FC, whatever the fight is, Spar Star, Celtic Gladiator, whatever, and we pose the idea, this fighter's going to win this one because of this.
Oh, Spar Star coming back soon? Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Tony Padilla, we love you. T-Bone Steaks, Michael Gross. What you
Tony's
guys
awesome
do
guy.
for Southern California fights and for the continued growth of people like Daniel Arpajon, of course, Tommy Aaron, to get them to the next level and then even to that next level. We love you.
Mm-hmm. Always looking out, man. He's always looking out. Much
and
respect.
he can set those fights up because he knows people even at the upper level. So you fight for him, then you get to that next level.
Got a couple more amateur guys for Tony to shoot your way.
He watches this, so I know I'll send that to him.
Yeah.
But we love you guys, and don't let COVID get you down. Bring it back. Bring the fights back because we
Yes.
want to be at Commerce Casino doing our thing.
Yes, sir.
You know? I fucking love that stuff.
What were you saying? I interrupted you.
I don't even know. It doesn't matter. But what I can tell you is that it has been a pleasure. Tommy Aaron's on his game, the Spaniard. We know why he's called the Spaniard because he went back and forth to Spain and Tampa for quite a few years. But I dig it because
Just a big part of my story, you know, like my first coach was Spanish, and I talk to him every day, man. I was talking to him earlier today, like still, you know, all these years. Like I haven't seen him in like 10 years, and I still talk to him all the time, man. So, yeah, Spain is a big part of it's a big part of who I am. You know, I'm definitely café con leche. I'm not just,
love that.
you know, leche
It's a
puro.
little milk in his coffee.
A little bit of that. That's what the bus drivers would call me, be like, hey, like you're American, but you're café con leche because you're Spanish too, right?
I'm jealous because of my experience there. I wish I would have grown up going back and forth because it's so cool. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, you gotta go back, man. I gotta go back. I haven't been back in like 10 years.
It's been a minute, man. I gotta go next year. I'm gonna as soon as this stuff lifts and the EU opens up.
Yeah,
you know,
go enjoy.
I'm gone.
Yes.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. Before we end this, I actually have Dutch citizenship. My mom was born in Holland.
Oh, that's
So
well,
they can't hold me back. I'm coming.
Yeah, that's cool. Holland's cool too, man,
Yeah.
and some great kickboxers out there, man.
Right? Yeah.
Shout out
That's
to Chris Nagimbi, Marco Vandenbroek. Those guys, I trained with those guys when I was a kid
Right on.
in Spain, and they're awesome. So, a shout out to them.
Very cool,
over
man.
there.
Where can people find you on your social media?
Tommy Aaron, just Tommy Aaron MMA. That's my Instagram. I don't really do I just do Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah,
So
me too. Mostly Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram mostly, but I just started doing like Twitter, but I barely check. I got to do it more.
Sure.
But
It's not part of the game, dude. Just keep fighting. That's what it's about.
yes, absolutely.
But check us out. We go live every Tuesday night on Facebook, on YouTube. This has been a special episode that I like to do with guys that I need to get in here. We got an episode coming tonight at 7, but Tommy gave me the time, so we made it happen.
Yes, sir,
so,
man.
Appreciate you very much.
Brother. Of course.
Very excited to see his future of fighting. We're going to bring it to you because we're going to talk about it and hopefully get him in here after that big W. So
Yes,
that's what it's all about. So check us out. This is